Recording in progress.
Check 1 2, check 1 2, check 1 2. Just making sure you can hear me. Oh, I don't want that. Okay. Just making sure everyone can hear me. Can you please comment or just chat, whatever. Please let me know if the sound is okay. I've had people tell me that the sound is hard to hear. Just want to make sure that the sound is okay. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Please let me know if you can hear me. I want to make sure my sound is good. Okay. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Please let me know if you can hear my sound. Just want to make sure that you can hear me fine. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Just want to make sure you can hear me. Let me do some wire management for sure here.
I can hear you.
Okay, great. You can hear me. That's good. To make sure everyone else can hear me. I'm going to just check real quick on my live stream to make sure that my sound is being streamed, because last time I streamed, you cannot hear my sound, which was obviously inconvenient. I would actually call it annoying, but we'll just call it inconvenient. Yeah, it looks like my stream is not making the sound like it's supposed to be. I'm going to adjust that real quick just to make sure. Audio, check. Check 1 2, check 1 2. Check 1 2, check 1 2. Check 1 2. I'm going to adjust that real quick just to make sure. Okay, it sounds like my sound is working on the streams. All right, I really appreciate you guys being patient as I make sure I get everything set up. I'm going to promote everyone to panelists and allow people to talk. And I am, again, streaming live, so I'm going to go ahead and just share my screen here so we can make sure that we're all together on the same page. All righty. Welcome to Real Estate Robot Army. This is Larry, the robot maker, robot general, and today we're going to talk about the perfect social media schedule. I'm really excited about that because it's a concept or a class that's very popular. And of course, I tend to try to do this in the beginning of the year. Sometimes I do the entire quarter because it's still relevant, for the rest of the year. But I didn't make a new calendar this year. Just kind of ran out of time. I should, and I will, so that we can at least, it looks like January's done, but we still have like 11 more months. So I will make a calendar and I will provide it for you guys whoever attend this call. But the class, it's not really about the specific days. It's more about the mindset and what you can do in terms of at least the days of the week, right? So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen to make sure that you guys can see my presentation. Can you guys confirm if you see my presentation? It's on Canva. Can someone confirm, please?
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Something's going on with my sound here on Zoom. I'm going to go ahead and Again, if you can't hear me, whatever, just let me know. If you have questions during the conversation, please stop me anytime. The whole point of this class, the whole point of this presentation is actually for you. I do this because I want to share my expertise, my knowledge, my experience, my research, whatever, and start conversations and of course help grow your business. Now I forgot that I didn't update this part, so I'm going to start with the updated beginning or intro, and then I'm going to switch real quickly to the other presentation. So please bear with me as I do that. Right, I meant to do that and I forgot. So this is the way the new introduction should be. All right, so I'm going to ask you guys to text me at 832-606-2193 and text LarryLee.com, LARRYLE. Again, that's LARRYLE to 832-606-2193. There's a specific purpose behind it. I'm going to give you some assets, and the best way to do is this way. So if you please just humor me and please text Larry Lee, LARYLE.com to 832-606-2193. Hopefully you guys got that. 832-606-2193. And it's Larry Lee, LARRYLE.com to 832-606-2193. If you guys need that back later on, let me know. You don't have to do it, but it makes for a more interactive presentation for you guys. Okay, so while you guys are doing that, you'll if you click it, you'll actually see on your phone my landing page. It looks like a link tree. I don't use link tree. I use link bio. I used link tree before and it was being blocked. Like whenever you clicked it on TikTok, it actually warned you you're leaving the page. What I didn't like that, and link bio did not provide that. Now the reason I'm sending you this asset is because I consider this my online business card. Now, of course, it's way more advanced and it's way more built out, and I probably do a little bit more than most people who do Linktree. But I provide my YouTube videos, I provide resources for real estate agents, and I provide basically every single way you can contact me: email, text, whatever, and you can even subscribe, whatever, right? And you can actually see my social on the bottom. The reason why I'm presenting this to you because I want to kind of give you a suggestion or an idea of what you can do for your own personal business. See, whenever someone asks me for my information, they ask for my business card, I actually tell them I don't have one. I might have one, but I don't want to give it to them because I know that if I hand them a physical business card, they'll take it and they will probably lose it by the end of the day, and they'll never reach out to me, and I don't know anything about them. In this situation, I'm forcing them to put into their phone my information, and I actually tell people, please text me, and I will text you my online business card, or I ask them, what's your cell number, and I text them my online business card, which is what I'm doing right now, right? But that way I can get their information, right? So that they can't ghost me, or they can't forget to reach out to me because of obviously they lost my card. So just kind of an idea, and we actually will have a class about that. But for now, I just want to show you what I do when I introduce myself to anybody. Okay. And that is the intro that I want to show you. And I'm going to go back to the other presentation real quick. And all I'm going to do is just copy and paste that to the new presentation, and it'll be smoother for the next time around. Okay. So like I said, this is the perfect social media schedule. And the introduction I like to use is a quote from Elon Musk. At least when there's an evil dictator, that human is going to die, but for an AI, there will be no death. It will live forever, and then you would have an immortal dictator from which we can never escape. Musk has said that he has concerns about artificial intelligence since 2019, or actually probably before that. The crazy thing is I have been consuming a lot of content where Musk is talking about artificial intelligence, and I'm also watching a lot of videos about artificial intelligence. It's pretty crazy what they are predicting is going to happen, but it's coming. It's on its way. All right, so we already did that. The perfect social media schedule: how to not only save 20 hours a month, but own your sphere of dominance. See, I don't like to call it a sphere of influence. I like to call it a sphere of dominance, because I'm not just trying to influence, I'm trying to dominate, right? So to me, it's not an SOI, it's an SOD. Okay. And I believe you can use social media to do that. Okay. It's because we already talked about this. Actually, I'm gonna go over it because it is relevant. Because I will refer to it. Number one, treat social media like as a radio station or TV station. What I mean by that is, if you watch TV or radio, you'll know that they provide value, and then they provide a commercial. So they'll give like 2 or 3 songs, and then they'll play a 30-minute commercial. Then they'll play another song, and they'll play a commercial. Same thing with TV. You watch 5 minutes of TV, and then 30 seconds of commercial. You watch 7 minutes of TV, and then a minute of commercials, and then you watch another 5 minutes of TV, and so on. Right? That's how social media should be treated. You should never make a page where it's nothing but advertisements, right? And when I say advertisements, I'm talking about business posts, okay? And it looks like people are coming in, so I'm going to go ahead and just start adding them in real quickly as panelists. But yeah, the way I kind of explain it or break it down is, you have to give 4 or 5 posts for them, as in the audience, and then 1 post for you, as in your business post or your advertisement. Okay. So again, like a TV or radio station, 3 or 4 posts for them, as in the audience, and 1 post for you. I actually have a schedule or formula that I follow. And I actually make 1 post a day, business related. And sometimes it's not even like a hard advertisement. It's not like, check out my interest rates, or check out this information about mortgages. No, sometimes it's just me mentioning that I'm in the mortgage business. Sometimes it's me saying, just took another application, I can't wait to help them, or just closed on a home. Like, actually, I closed and funded like a couple of days ago. I didn't announce it. I'm actually in Facebook jail, so that's why I can't announce it. But I just closed the deal a couple of days ago, and that would be an announcement I would make. So excited to have my clients finally get the keys to the house, whatever, right? All right. So number 2, learn to build momentum for important posts. This is probably could be a class in its own, but basically the best way to make your post is to be on a roll, meaning like if you have a post that has a lot of likes or comments, then that's a good time to make another post after a couple hours. Now, I actually have a schedule. Like I said, I will post like at 4 p.m. every single day. But the reason why I might change that is if I post something in the morning and it gets a lot of interaction, a lot of engagement, then I'll just take advantage of the momentum built by that 1 post, and I'll post a business post earlier. Because yes, it's important that I time my post, but it's also even more important if I give my business post as much chances as possible to get seen, and Facebook will give me a higher timeline, score whenever I post after another post that got a lot of momentum, right? Number 3, it's okay to share or steal good content. What I mean by that is, if you see a meme or there's a news that are really good, I think it's okay to share and steal it. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And some people might give you shit for sharing something that's already been shared a million times. Oh, this is like the 50th time I've seen this meme. The thing is, you might be friends or connected with a bunch of people that are in the industry, so that's why you might see the same kind of posts. But your 5,000 friends and followers are not the same as their 5,000 friend and followers, and that means that just because they shared it or someone else shared it doesn't mean that your audience saw it, right? It's kind of like a good joke. You heard it a couple of times, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't go tell it, because there's people in your circle that may not have heard it because they're not connected to the people that you heard the joke from. So I think it's okay to share some good content. Okay. Number 4, think of your post as micro content. Bottom line, a lot of people think that social media is like a light switch that you turn on and automatically you're going to get a lot of business. And if it doesn't give you business, it doesn't work. That's not how social media works. Social media is it's a drip program, I like to call it. Like, I use Facebook as my CRM, and my members that follow me or friend me, they are my database, right? They're my potential clients or referral partners. So every single day I'm dripping on them, right? But of course, instead of using an automated drip campaign that's scripted and obviously fake and spam, it's me posting pictures of my children or pictures of my wife's food. Okay. So that's the way you have to kind of look at it as micro content. You're staying in front of them every single day. You're not trying to convert them. You're just trying to stay in front of them, trying to stay relevant, right? Number 5, go back to old posts and re-engage. This is something that I like to do because, it doesn't take any thinking involved, right? You just go to your memories and look at whatever post you made a year ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, and whatever is highly engaged, go ahead and either you can copy it or you can actually engage back in that post. Now, the reason why I like this is because the 50 people that liked my post a year ago might not even be on my friends list anymore, right? And I get to share the same post that was really engaging a year ago to my new audience, right? So it's almost like you are stealing from yourself, right? So I think that's okay to do that. And I got a couple of questions here. Let me check real quick. Rebecca, how to use your Facebook as CRM. I will get into that. That is not for this class, but I'll give you some quick answers on that. Okay. Number one, you can actually categorize your friends list. Like you can go into your friends list. Since we're sharing screens, I'm going to go ahead and just show you real quick what I mean by that, right? You guys going to have to forgive me if I accidentally share your information. I'm in jail, so this is my last post. Facebook thinks I posted a nude picture. I did not. So that's why my last post was 18. So I'm stuck with this as my most recent post. So it's embarrassing, but kind of funny at the same time. But yeah. So let me show you real quickly what I mean by CRM. You can actually go to your friends list. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go home. And you actually see on the left side a lot of options here. Right. And on the options, you can actually divide up your friends, right? So you go to your friends here and it actually gives you custom lists and actually have a list for people that are there in the Veteran Mortgage Advisor group. I have agents, right? Members of my social media training class. I have all different agents from different states, people that are, they're my relatives, right? I have people from UT, people who went to my high school, Clearbrook. You can actually go and change this, right? So I'll give you an example, just how you can do that. Let me go to someone who is on my timeline. That's a friend, Erica, right? So I'm going to go to Erica's page, right? And I can go to friends and I can actually put her in a list, edit friends list, and I can select it where she is. And she's a Texas real estate, so I have her selected there. This is one way I organize my group. Now, why would you do that? You do that because you can actually make a post specific to the list, right? So I don't know if I can do it right now because I'm in jail, right? But I can actually select this and I can select which audience I want to send it to, right? See, I can select it to agents in Arizona. I can send it to current clients. I can send it to people that are in my fraternity, and I can make it so it just sends to that select a particular person, right? So you have ability to control your messaging and your comments and such, right? That's just one way of organizing it. So that's a quick demonstration on how you can make that your CRM. And of course, there's a lot more with Facebook. But for now, I don't want to get too deep into it because that's not really what the topic today is about. But that's what I mean by using it as a CRM. Okay. And there's more. And of course, you can always reach out to me directly if you want more information. But I will do a class on that. I promise. So I will let you know and you can sign up for that class later on. Let me make sure I add everyone. Let's see here. Promote the panelists. And if you don't want to be a panelist, I just make you allowed to talk. No problem. Okay, so let's see here. I saw a couple other questions. How do you go back and find them? I probably should have just showed you that before I went to the screen here. Let me do that real quick. So on Facebook, you can actually go to home. On your phone, it's different, right? But you go to home, and there should be like a selection for memories, right? But see right here, memories. See, I click memories, and it will show me what I posted a year ago, 3 years ago. This is from a year ago. Didn't get very many comments, so I might not re-engage that. This one got 6 comments. I might not re-engage that one. This one got 24 comments. It's Bernie, right? That's kind of funny. So I actually, I can't comment right now because I'm in jail, but I might be like, LOL, I can't believe I posted this a year ago, right? And then it'll actually wake up the post. This one got 66 comments, right? So this is probably one I would actually probably comment here, but I would probably reshare this post because my audience about a year ago loved this post. 28 comments, 5 shares, 66 likes. I would actually repost the same exact video and use the same exact line. Maybe I'll change the line a little bit. Maybe I want to make it more relevant, or I want to test out to see if I can get a better response. But as is actually pretty good. So I would repost something like that. right? So that's what I mean by going back. Okay. Rebecca, thank you. That's a great idea. Okay, thank you. No problem. And again, we can always talk a little bit deeper. I'm really big on Facebook being a CRM. I actually have systems built in Facebook where I design it to be like a CRM, and I can show that to you again in the future. Okay. All right. So moving on back to the perfect social media schedule. And thank you for those questions. Okay, guys. Someone just joined in. Let me go ahead and add them in as a participant or whatever they want to talk. I don't know who that is. It looks like they're already in there. Or maybe they joined as a panelist. Okay, so back to the presentation, like I said. Ask others, actually engage on other posts before making your post. Now, this is something that a lot of people don't really think about. Facebook is work, right? It's something that you must invest into. And some of you might, like myself, might have a schedule. Like you post in the morning, you post in the middle of the day, whatever. Maybe you are intentional like me, right? But you might just go in because you're working, whatever. You go in, you make a post real quick, and then you get out, right? I want to suggest spending about 10 minutes, and I know it sounds like you're wasting time, but I suggest spending 10 minutes and engaging on posts before you actually go in and make your post. And I'm going to tell you why. Whenever you make a post on social media, you're literally sort of adding or publishing something to the universe, right? And there's a lot of things going on when you're doing that. Okay. And you're kind of leaving things to chance when you do that. How good your timeline posts are, what your algorithms are set up like, what your I forgot what it's called. I can't believe I forgot what it's called, but it's a score that Facebook gives you. Edge rank is what it's called. I'm sorry. That's what the term is, edge rank. You're kind of leaving things to chance when you do that. What I like to do is I actually go in and I'll actually look at other people's posts. I'll comment, I'll like, especially if they're posted within the hour or less, right? Why do I do that? Because I'm hoping that they see, of course, me commenting, liking. That's one of the reasons we comment, like, so we can stay in people's notifications. But I'm hoping that by doing that, I create affinity. This is a Facebook thing where, you know, if I comment and like someone's post and they comment and like me back, then our affinity score increases dramatically compared to like everyone else. And because of that, I'm hoping by doing that, when I make a post, my post will go into their newsfeed, because I'm literally almost asking for subscribers. So that's what I mean by engaging other posts. I'm actually trying to create these temporary subscribers to my current timeline, so that when the next post I make will pop in their timeline. So I'm literally trying to create artificial momentum for my post. Okay. And I think it actually works. I think it's actually helpful. There are mornings where I post and I don't even think about it, and I might not get as much engagement, but then if I spend like 10-15 minutes engaging, liking people's posts, and I make a post, I'll get quick likes and comments right away. Okay, so that's just a suggestion. It does take more time and energy, but I think it might give you a little bit of a boost. And I make it a habit. I do it every single day, so I don't even think about it anymore. It's just muscle memory at that point. All right, number 7, ask others for engagement. We call it whip groups. Whip as in, and I didn't really describe this. When you think about a whip, you have to draw it back, and then you flip your wrist, and then you make the whip, right? So a whip is drawing it back, right? It's as you're trying to whip it so that when you make a post, it gets that full momentum. So a whip group, or asking for engagement, you're literally asking your friends and family or a group or a team, whatever, to like and comment your post. And yes, it is a manipulation. It is artificial because they didn't technically see your post in their timeline to like it. You're actually sending it to them, or you're asking them, hey, can you go to my timeline and do whatever. But Facebook doesn't know everything, right? I mean, it seems like they know almost 99% of what's going on, but they don't know everything. They don't know that you're asking for personal engagement, unless you, of course, you do it like on their platform, like you do on Messenger or whatever. But if you send an email out, they won't know that, right? Well, I guess they might be able to search your emails. But the point is, you're asking for a head start on your post, right? And by doing that, you're going to trick the algorithms of Facebook into thinking, wow, this is a very highly engaged post. We're going to share it to more people. We're going to get more exposure for it because people are seeming to like it. And it's a good way to wake up your post as well, especially if you have a post that you made and it didn't really get much engagement and you don't want to change it. You don't want to redo it. So you ask people to whip it, and if someone comments or likes on it, it might actually wake it up and push it back up the timeline of other people, right? So you're literally artificially manipulating the algorithms. And I used to do this all the time. I don't do this so much anymore, but I used to do it all the time, and it was really helpful. Okay. And it might not be as effective now because Facebook, of course, is savvy. They know what people are trying to do. So they're not going to block you if you do something like that, but they might not give you as much weight as they used to. All right. Number 8, do not share links ever. This is a big deal. A lot of people don't think about it. But Facebook is designed to keep you on their platform for as long as possible and doing as much as possible on their platform. Okay, because 2 things are happening. The longer you stay, the more likely you're going to look at an ad, and the more you engage, the more you comment and like, the more data they're collecting about you. Okay, so they want you on their platform. The moment you share a link that takes them away from Facebook, dilutes or it takes away the opportunity for them to do what they're trying to accomplish. So they don't like that. So when you share a link, Facebook knows for sure, they know automatically, they probably have it built into their system, because obviously when you share a link, it creates a thumbnail. So they obviously know it's a link, and they will squelch it. They will lower the viewership. They will lower your edge rank. They will in their mind, they're like, Larry is a guy that likes to share links and take people away from Facebook. So we might not give him as much weight on all his posts, right? So you lose edge rank, right? So it's really bad. And there's some groups where they actually make it illegal, not illegal, but it's against the rules to share a link in their group. Like they'll say, if you share a link, we will block you, we will delete you, right? This is one of the reasons why you might not understand this, but now after this class, you might, why a lot of admins don't like agents sharing listing links, because it's not just that you're advertising, but you're sharing a link, which will hurt the group, right? So if the group became a nothing but a listings sharing link group, then no one would ever engage. It would never be in anyone's timeline, and Facebook won't promote the group. So that's why sharing links is really bad. Okay. What I do is I actually share a screenshot of what the link is, and then I put the link in the comments. So I'll be like, holy crap, did you see what happened? I don't know, to OJ Simpson, whatever, right? And I'll take a screenshot of the website that I'm trying to share, make it an image, and then I'll check the comments for the link, and I'll actually put the link in the comments. And I think that gets flagged a lot less by Facebook. Okay. Number 9, become friends with buy, sell, trade group admins. And when I say buy, sell, trade groups, I'm talking about any groups that you're part of, whether it's like a single moms group or, veterans group, whatever. Just become friends with the group admins. It's going to help you out, because you'll be able to get away with more types of posts, especially if they're business posts. And by being friends with the admin, it might get to the point where you become a moderator, and moderators and admins just tend to get more credibility in groups. Okay. And sometimes engaging with the admin doesn't mean you have to be friends with them. Sometimes you just want to do business with them. It's like, hey, you have a great group. Can I advertise in your group? Can I be on your cover of your group? I mean, how much would it cost? There's reasons why you want to be friends with the admin, and it's to basically get more weight and influence on the group itself, as if it's your group. Obviously, it's best to own your own group, which is what tip number 10 is, but it's a lot harder to start your own group that becomes successful. What I mean by that is, would you rather just become friends and maybe potentially a moderator or sponsor of a group of 100,000 members of your ideal client, or would you try to start from scratch? Would you rather try to start from scratch and build your group of 0, well, actually 1 because it's you, up to 100,000? Obviously, the former is a lot easier, right? But ultimately, if you can do it for yourself, then you're one of the few lucky people that everyone else is trying to kiss ass to, right? So again, be friends with buy, sell, trade groups. I think a lot of people don't take advantage of this technique or strategy enough. So I highly recommend it. It's helped me a lot in my business. And of course, number 10, start your own group, like I said. All right. So moving on, I don't want to get too deep into that. That's more like just tips, but it kind of helps with the kind of posting that we're going to talk about in a social media schedule. Okay. The best bonus tip: everybody makes the mistake in thinking social media is a switch you turn on and automatically business either floods in or doesn't work. The ones who are successful at social media are the ones who realize that you need to treat every day / every post as an opportunity to start a conversation. And that's the way I look at social media. It's a chance to start a conversation. It doesn't matter what the conversation is. It could be about real estate. It could be about a meme. It could be what's trending. It could be about music. It could be about politics, religion. I know those are kind of crazy taboo topics, but some real estate agents and loan officers, they wear it on their sleeve and they do it well, and they get a lot of business because of it. So just think about it as an opportunity to start a conversation every single day. Someone is asking a question. Let me check it real quick. Rob K, are certain topics taboo? What I would say, Rob, is you want to avoid topic that's going to get you flagged. So I posted the memes. My last post was funny selfies, right? And it's a bunch of selfies that are just kind of funny in general, but some of them involve people not being naked, but they look like they were naked, or like they were in the bathroom or whatever. I think the one that got flagged was the dude was naked, but his girlfriend was sitting in front of him, and it was a selfie of her, but he was in the background. So that's why it's funny. But Facebook deemed it as nudity, right? Why am I bringing this up? Because you don't want to post things that's going to get you flagged and put on the radar. Like Facebook said, you violated 3 times, and they showed me a post from like 2 years ago. They flagged me for. So they keep a record of you. Okay, so that's to me is what's taboo. But otherwise, I think it's whatever you want, right? If you want to talk about religion or politics, you just have to be ready that you're going to lose a lot of people and you get a lot of drama. But if you are going to talk about politics or religion, if you become a champion of it, if that's like your thing, like I am the right-wing loan officer, or I'm the liberal loan officer, whatever it is you want to say, if you're going to talk it, you need to like literally like go full force, because you're going to lose a lot of people, like literally half your audience. But the audience that stays with you, they're going to love you for it, because I'm like, holy crap, this guy's a champion for us. He's a vocal loan officer about the Republicans or whatever, right? So again, I don't think there's anything taboo. You just got to be prepared for a reaction, right? And politics is definitely it divides your audience for sure. Okay. Religion, things like that, they all divide your audience. Okay. But I think really that's under your decision. But my suggestion would be to avoid getting blocked by Facebook. So avoid those kind of topics, right? So no bullying, no crazy sexual innuendo kind of conversations or whatever. Otherwise you should be fine. Okay. All right. So I'm actually going to skip this part. Best time to post on Facebook, because you can actually Google this yourself. But I do want to point out that they're all different. Like they all say different times. But this one's actually kind of interesting. This one says best time to post on Facebook depending on what kind of business you have. Is it B2C, B2B? Is it software? Is it healthcare? So I think that's something to consider, right? But I'm going to skip through that because I want you guys to be able to do your research on that. Okay. And again, a lot of it is conflictual. Like this one says weekends gets the highest level of engagement, and in this one it says the weekends gets the lowest engagement, right? So it's kind of weird, right? All right. Let me see here. I don't want to go through this. Okay, I want to talk about the social. Okay, this is the part that I want to talk about. This one we can talk about this later. I've actually talked about this in the class before this. So if you are interested in this content, you can always watch the replays. I will probably end up sending you a replay link to that as well. Okay, so let's just look at the calendar real quick. I have a theory as to what you should do on weekdays and weekends. Okay, on the weekdays, I think that there is a theme that you can post depending on the day, right? And you know how, and I know this is kind of goofy because a lot of us kind of sometimes think it's lame, but you know how we do the whole reminder of daylight savings, right? It's almost like a part of every single real estate agent and loan officer's drip campaign, the reminder of the time change, right? Daylight savings. That is simply just sort of taking advantage of a theme or a situation or an event that's actually beneficial, right? And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's just the fact that it's done so much is why people kind of look down on it. But I don't think there's anything wrong with it, right? But if you check this out, I actually have a theme usually for every single day, right? And I actually have what kind of post you should post depending on the day, right? So like on Monday at 6 a.m., I'm telling you should post a motivational post or a meme because it makes sense. It's the beginning of the day and it's Monday, right? And I'm actually telling you to do that literally every single day in the morning. On Tuesday, meme or saying, is it Friday yet? This is an actual example, right? Wednesday, hump day, right? Thursday meme or posting something victorious or courageous, and then on Friday TGIF meme, right? Because, and the thing is, we're trying to be relatable, right? I'm not going to say that don't be authentic. I'm not going to say don't be fake or be fake and be inauthentic. What I'm saying is that again, social media is about them, the audience, right? So 4 or 5 posts for them, 1 post for you. 4 or 5 posts for them, 1 post for you, right? So yes, you want to share to the world everything that's going on in your personal life, but a lot of people don't care about that shit, right? But people might see a meme they relate to and they'll spend 30 seconds laughing at it and commenting on it, right? And that's the whole point, is to engage your potential clients and referral partners. So that's why if you post something, even if it's not quote quote originate from your mind or something that you would actually normally post, you're really just posting to sort of get people to see value in your social media, right? So that's why I make suggestions like this at lunch. And there's the reason, and the reason why I talk about lunch is I talk about building momentum. Lunch is going to be the time that I'm trying to take advantage of the people that are on their phones, because the 9 to 5 people, they can't be on the phones during the day, so they jump on their phones during lunch, and I'm building momentum for my 4 or 5 o'clock post, which I consider my business post. That's why I post, and I'll tell you why I post around 4 to 5. Okay, but the reason I post during lunch is because I'm trying to build momentum. I'm trying to get the algorithms up. I'm trying to build edge rate. So I post a funny meme or something that would be highly engaging, or ask a question. Like in Friday at during lunch, I'll ask people what their plans are for the weekend, and I'll use a meme or an emoji or a GIF. Right? I'm trying to get people to sign up again for my social media, because I'm about to make an important post. We call it a tactical post, right? Like on Monday, an example would be listings, celebrate win, review the weekend work, or talk about gratitude, because it's a business post, but you're kind of recapping what happened over the weekend, because of course the weekends is like our time, right? That's when action happens, right? On Tuesday, tactical post would be push a listing or offer to show during the week to avoid the weekend rush, right? So what I mean by that is, hey, by the way, I have a listing here, and if you want to take a look at it, I'm available for the rest of the week, because if you wait to the weekends, you might have to wait, because there's going to be a bunch of people that want to look at the listing itself. And of course, this might be not relevant in this market, because this market is kind of crazy, but this is kind of a general mindset what you can do, right? If the market was normal, right? On the 16th, or Wednesday, I might ask people for likes on your page or reviews, right? And the thing is, when you do that, there's people that actually would do it, right? So you are benefiting from that, but there's also the reason why you do this, because you're actually, again, you're kind of announcing to the world, this is what you do. Like, hey guys, I just started a page for my mortgage business. Can you guys check it out? Give me some feedback. If you're cool enough, or if you have time and you like me, please leave a review, whatever, right? And you're asking for help, but at the same time, you are also letting people know, by the way, I'm in real estate, right? On Friday, you can post your schedule for tomorrow and offer to pencil people in, right? Like a humble brag. Like, for example, let's say I'm not a real estate agent, but let's say I was, right? I'll be like, oh man, tomorrow's gonna be busy. 9 o'clock, I have a showing for this client, and then at 10 o'clock, I have a showing for another client, and I actually might tell them where. This one's gonna be in Plano, this one's in Denton, this one's in Frisco. The only time I have off is going to be from 3 to 4 p.m. But I'm available if you want to take a look at anything. So let me know if you want me to pencil you into that spot, right? And again, that's kind of a humble brag, because you're so quote unquote busy, but at the same time, you're offering to show people houses, right? So again, tactical post is 4 to 5 p.m. And I'm going to tell you why you post from 4 to 5 p.m. Because again, we're talking to 9 to 5ers, right? People who work regular jobs, a majority of them, right? And we're trying to get them when they are on their phones. Okay. In the mornings, people are on the phones because they're on the shitter, or they're checking their emails or whatever, or maybe they just dropped their kids off from school, whatever, and they're just kind of, getting their day started. Lunch, because of course they're eating lunch, and if they're not eating lunch with a friend or a coworker, they're probably going to be on the phone eating their sandwich, right? From 4 to 5 p.m. A lot of people are ready to go home, meaning, like, let's say they do officially get off at 5. and they work in a situation where everything's based on tasks, well, they're not going to try to start a task at 4 p.m. If they're done at 4 p.m. with all their daily tasks, they're going to just sit there and chill for an hour until it's time to clock out, right? In fact, if they can leave early, they would, but of course they don't want to look bad, so they leave when everyone else leaves, right? So they're killing time on their phone, right? And I think this is actually a really opportune time, because when you're at lunch, you're kind of distracted and you don't really have much time to do anything. When you're at home and you're on your phone, you're distracted by your family or kids or whatever, or your wife or whatever chores you have. But if you're at the office and you're just waiting to go home, you're really like not doing anything. You're engaged, right? So any kind of posted things that come during that time, you actually might be really, really into, because there's nothing else really distracting you. Okay. So that's my theory, at least from 4 to 5, sometimes 5 to 6. But I think any after 5, any after 6, they'll probably be driving or at dinner, right? Which is the next post. Now, my dinner is a little bit later, so that's why I put 4 to 5 p.m. work and dinner. I eat maybe 7 or 8 o'clock. So I post a family post. Dinner time is a family time. And usually for me, it's a picture of my wife's cooking, right? Because I don't cook, she cooks, and she, she's a great cook, and she always cooks something different. So it's almost like free content for me. I don't have to think about it. I just take a picture of food, and I post what kind of food it is, and then that's it. I'm done. So there's literally no thinking involved, and my wife creates the content for me, right? Rob is saying, you know what rhymes with Friday? Alcohol. That's hilarious. Yes, Rob, that would be a great post to post any Friday. In fact, if you do that every single Friday, I think it would be funny. 4 p.m. dinner. Where do you live in Florida? Well, actually, no. What I'm saying is, no, I'm not old. What I'm saying is, I eat dinner. I eat dinner late, but I'm saying that a lot of people might be leaving work and going straight to dinner, like meaning like they might leave the office and go straight to meet me at a restaurant, whatever, or they're driving, right? So that's what I'm saying. And if they were from home, I think they might start dinner earlier if they were from home, right? So again, that's just theories, right? And my schedule is just my schedule. This can be changed however you want. Okay, before bedtime, right? This is like right before you go to sleep. Okay, you can post a funny meme or a funny story. And that's actually what I put on across the board, because I really believe that people at night aren't trying to do business. They're not trying to think about buying a house or whatever. And they're not thinking about, they might be on Amazon, who knows? But, they're looking for that last minute piece of content to entertain them, because they're about to go to bed. The day's over. They're unwinding. They want something entertaining. That's why a lot of people probably binge Netflix during this time, or YouTube during this time. So you kind of have to adhere to that kind of demand, right? And then bonus, if you watch a movie or TV show over the weekend, mention it and ask for opinions. And this is like on a Monday, right? And you can put this whenever you want. You can put this, in the beginning of the day, maybe during lunch, whatever. Thursday, I'll put Thursdays, post a photo of your favorite drink or alcoholic or non-alcoholic drink, like Starbucks. This is probably for you, Kevin, right? You can post a picture of your beer if you want, and hashtag it Thirsty Thursdays. So those are just suggestions. Now, again, these are sort of like just general suggestions for the day, time of day, and the day of the week. But I also put examples that I consider something you can just plug in whenever, right? But this one would be for the morning. Workout, inspirational. Lunch, ask what should I get for lunch, or what's your favorite pizza. From 4 to 5 p.m., post new listings, promote open house, whatever. Again, this is the business post. Dinner, what should I get for dinner, or how do you like your steak? Before bedtime, again, you can post listing and promote open house, and you can be the expert, event or classes. And the reason why I put this here as an example, because if you have something that is urgent, like you do have a new listing open up the next day, then I think it's okay to post about that during this time, right? Or you have an event, right? And of course, bonus is find posts from others that are highly engaged, trending, and share and steal it. So that's actually one of my methods. When I know for sure I need to post, but I don't know what to post, I will actually go through my timeline as fast as possible and try to find something. Or I'll go to groups that I know post a lot of memes, and then I'll just steal it and share it. It's like, I don't even think about it. It takes me 30 seconds to figure out what I'm going to post and post it. right? Now, must do's, this part right here, I want you to pay close attention. If you get a contract, new client, new listing, new brokerage, or any new important post it with excitement. And you should do that in the morning, right? If you participate in a group lunch or have an important or successful lunch, do a selfie, right? So let's say, I don't know, you do a selfie because you're doing a lunch and learn somewhere, right? Take a selfie of you and the participants and post that as your post, right? And the reason why I say it's a must do is because you don't get the opportunity every single day for lunch. So you should take advantage of those things because it adds a little bit of flavor, a little bit of variety, and it makes you look like you're out there making things happen. You're in the mix, you're working, right? So it's okay to kind of take a vanity photo of you and your lunch mates, right? From 4 to 5, technical posts are the strongest at the times, but you get a highly engaging post anytime. Okay, this is what I was saying earlier. I'm telling you to post at 4 to 5 p.m. your business post, but if you, let's say you post something at 6 a.m. and it gets a lot of comments and likes, then skip the 4 to 5 and go straight to lunch and make that post. Okay. Again, the dinner thing, same example as a lunch. If you participate in a group dinner or have an important or successful dinner, do a selfie with your, with the people that you're eating with, right? Before bedtime, if your spouse or family and friends look good or cute, take a photo and post it and show love and gratitude. And when I say, friends or family, I'm talking about like your kids are being cute or funny or whatever, or maybe, you have a spouse that's not camera shy, right? My wife is, so I can't really post pictures of her. I literally have to just kind of steal from her page if she decides to post anything. And then if all else fails, post a selfie of yourself with a funny face and hashtag it to the time, right? So what I mean by that is if you have zero idea of what to post, you have nothing to say, you have no content, you can't find anything, you don't have time, then the worst case scenario is to take a selfie making a stupid face, like sticking your tongue out or looking mad or rolling your eyes, and then hashtag it the time. So if it's dinner, put dinner time selfie. If it's bedtime, before bedtime selfie. If it's morning time selfie, right? And that will still get engagement. I'm telling you, I know it sounds stupid, but a photo of you making a goofy face is going to get engagement no matter what, okay? Because it's you kind of being different outside your comfort zone and showing something unique, and people who love you and know you, they're going to appreciate that post, okay? All right, so next part of the schedule, and I'm going a little further or longer than I wanted to, but that's okay. This is kind of an in-depth class. Weekends. I actually have suggestions for the weekends from 8 all the way to bedtime, right? And let's start with Saturday because the weekend actually starts on Saturday, but the calendar, of course, shows Sunday first. But let's start on Saturday. At 8 a.m., I would post my to-do list for the day, right? Like I said, I got 2 clients I have to show houses to, Again, it's almost like so excited, grateful, or humble brag, whatever, right? You're basically announcing to the world, I got a lot of work to do today, but you're kind of celebrating it. You're kind of throwing it out there because you want to let people know that you're in business. You want to let people know that you're in real estate. And on Saturday, when everyone else is doing nothing, they're in their bed or they're watching TV or they're Saturday morning cartoons or they're hanging out with the kids or whatever, you're showing that you're out there, hustling, right? And Rob saying, who's getting up at 8 a.m. on a Sunday? Not me. A lot of people do, apparently. I do. Parents do. Parents get up at 8 o'clock on a Sunday, and I'll tell you why. Because their kids are used to waking up early, and we're used to waking up early, right? So unless I try to sleep in, but I'm up at 8 a.m. in the morning, okay? But again, it's just a suggestion. If you're not up, then just skip it, right? 10 a.m., take a photo of the 2 houses. And this is just a suggestion, right? But let's say you're showing houses, take a photo of 2 houses and ask which one would you choose if it's the same price, and then put asking for a client. This gets a lot of engagement because you're getting people to kind of play along. Let's put it this way. No one gives a shit about you being a real estate agent if they're not buying a house, right? In fact, they might get tired of it. They might get tired of seeing you posting listings and open houses, whatever. But if you gamify it, if you make it so that they're part of it, they're part of your experience, they're part of your life, then it becomes a little bit more entertaining, becomes a little bit more relevant, right? So if you take 2 photos, it's like, hey, I just showed 2 houses. There's this house and this house. We don't know which one we want. They're the same price. Which one would you choose? You're getting people to actually be a part of your life, and there's a game, right? And people love sharing their opinions. right? So you have people like choosing, and then that's going to get high engagement. That's going to get people to see more people see it. And even if they're not even involved in buying a house, they can be involved in giving you an opinion, right? Rob's asking, what if you post a quiz and offer a Starbucks card for the winner? I actually do that a lot. I don't really offer a quiz, but I'll say something like, let's say I went grocery shopping and I'll show you my entire haul. I'll have like 20 items. I'll be like, if whoever guesses the closest to the amount will get $100 gift card. And I literally legitimately pay this out, right? And there's people that, but I might say something like, you must guess within the dollar, right? So if no one gets within the dollar, they got a lot of likes and comments, but no, I didn't have to pay anything out because no one gets the dollar. Now they guess the dollar, I'll actually pay it out, right? And it might be crazy that I pay $100 just for some likes and comments, but it's really me just trying to get people to engage in my post, because the moment they engage in my post, they've quote unquote subscribed to my timeline. So the next time I make a post, they'll see it, right? And I actually don't do those posts until I decide to post a business post, and that business post will more than likely be very important. Okay, so that's gamifying what you do, right? We're in real estate. Lunch, if you're in an unfamiliar part of town, ask for restaurant recommendations. I mean, this happens all the time, right? You know, hey, I'm in another state, or I'm in this city, whatever. What's a good place to have lunch? And people love to share their opinions, and they love to endorse places they like to eat, right? So if I'm I'm talking about Dallas specifically. A lot of you guys are not from Texas, but I'm talking from Dallas specifically. If I'm in Frisco, that's where I'm normally at, and I go to Fort Worth, which is literally an hour away, I might be like, hey guys, I'm in Fort Worth for a showing. I need to eat. What's a good place to eat lunch? I'll get a lot of people commenting, whatever. But what's happening is I'm telling people that, oh yeah, I'm showing a house in Fort Worth. I literally made an advertisement. I literally told people, I'm working right now. I'm in the field. I'm selling houses. I'm in real estate, but I need suggestions on what to eat. And people are going to help you push your advertisement up by commenting and liking. Every single person that likes it and comments, they have been made aware that you're in real estate, right? So it's a drip campaign. Like I said, you're making sure people know what you do, but you're not just advertising. You're not just saying, hey, look, here's a house that I'm trying to sell. No, you're talking about the fact that you're in real estate, but you're asking for help as a person, as a human, right? And people can be relatable to that, right? 3 p.m. Asks, does anybody have a need for a certain amount of bath or a certain amount bed in this location? They want to that they want to sell. My clients are ready to make an offer. So what I'm saying is, in this situation, let's say you're out there selling. You're out there showing houses to your client, and they're not seeing anything they like. You post what their dream house is, what they're looking for. Hey, does anyone have like a 4-bed, 5-bath house in Fort Worth they're trying to sell? My clients are desperate to find something, and we're not finding anything that we like. Now, obviously, you're not really thinking that someone in your timeline is going to see that and want to sell, right? It would be awesome if that happened, but really what you're doing is you're just throwing in their faces again, I'm trying to help my clients, and I'm in real estate, and you let everyone know, and people might tag other people, right? And someone might actually be like, well, did you check this out, whatever? But basically you're asking for help again as a human, but you're telling people you're in real estate, right? It's, to me, a clever way to sneak in the fact that you're working and that you're in this business, but you're asking your audience and you're asking your friends and family for help. All right. Dinner. Talk about how hard you worked, right? And I can't read the hashtag, but it's some sort of hashtag like, worked hard or whatever. Then how grateful you are to have clients to help, humble brag, right? So of course you're winding down during dinner time, just say, oh man, I just spent like 8 hours showing houses to like 5 different clients. It was a crazy day, but I'm so grateful that I have the opportunity to do that. Thank God for real estate or whatever, right? And show gratitude, brag about how well you did, and make it a humble brag hashtag, right? And it's funny because even if you are quote unquote bragging, even if you are showing off, the fact that you hashtagged it, it's almost like the fact that you did it kind of excuses, they call it, it's called being meta, right? You're almost like talking to the audience about the movie that you're showing, right? So it's, and again, because of that, you kind of excuse being a braggart, right? All right, so before bedtime, reflect on the day and how much you're killing it, and how you can't wait for the next Saturday to start. Like, man, this was such a great Saturday. I love my clients. I love what I do. I can't wait till the next weekend, whatever, right? Again, a little bit more gratitude, but a more reflective way, right? All right, cool. So let's talk about Sunday. Sunday is a different type of day, even though it's a weekend. It's a different type of day. On Sunday, 8 a.m., I would ask, what are your Sunday plans? And post in the comments a meme of you working, right? So what I mean by that is, because we're in real estate, what are your plans for Sunday? And then it'll be a meme of an agent, looking stressed, right? This is what I'm doing today, 10 a.m., remind everyone of how you're out working today, but you're available for any questions all day. Hashtag HMU as in hit me up. So you're like, hey, I am out in the field, I am showing houses, but if you have any questions, call or text me anytime, or you can comment here, and I'll be available to answer questions whenever I can, right? So you let people know you're busy, but you're also available, right? Lunch, ask people for their favorite brunch place and post their lunch and post your lunch photo and make a recommendation, right? So you can ask people, hey, I'm thinking about brunch, but I'm not sure where to go. Where are you having brunch at? Post a picture of your food, whatever. And again, you're trying to get people to sort of engage, and people love sharing, again, their opinions and what they're doing. So you're kind of asking people to do what they want to do, right, on your post, right? Another example that I do that's pretty fun is I'll be like, post your favorite meme. Right, people love sharing their memes, right? Because they're constantly downloading and sharing it themselves. So I'm giving them permission to share their memes on my timeline. And really, of course, I want memes, but I'm really just trying to get engagement. Okay, 3 p.m. post a photo of a house you showed and listed, and ask people to guess the price, and do not give any info. Right, and what I mean by that is, let's say you see a really cool house, maybe it's a off the water or something like that, or just kind of unique house, and you post a photo of the house and you'll be like, guess how much this house is, and people will guess. Even if they're not interested in real estate, they'll guess just for the hell of it. But I would actually, and if people ask, where's this house at, what, or how much is it, they are interested, I would not engage publicly in the comments. I would actually send them a private message and make sure that they are serious about the questions that they're asking. But the whole idea is, if someone asks you, where's this house at, or how much it is, that's literally a person screaming that they might be interested in buying a house, right? So I would definitely take that as an opportunity, treating them like a conversion. Dinner, ask, does anybody have a something bad, whatever in those cases they want to sell? Again, it's the same thing as I suggested on Saturday around 3 p.m., right? You're trying to touch the audience with the same question. I mean, you're touching different audience with the same question, different day, different time. Okay. And sometimes that's worth experimenting with. Before bedtime, reflect on the weekend, mention the victories, and gratitude again, and how much you love being in real estate. Okay. All right. So we're at an hour, but I'm going to talk about open houses and listings real quick. And I'm not going to try to get into it too much, but I want you to sort of understand what I think you should be doing if you have a certain event that's different or unique, right? So an open house, let's say the open house is on the 12th on a Saturday, right? I give suggestions on what you should do literally 2 weeks beforehand. And I give suggestions on what you should do afterwards, right? And I'm going to just go through these real quickly. On Sunday, you should promote using text only, not a picture or like that. Just says, new open house coming soon. Let me know if you're in the market. And then on Monday, get a flyer done and as soon as possible, and then post it, right? And on Tuesday, post an ad saying opening soon and offer private showings before the open house. So it's almost like, take a look at this house before the public sees it, right? On Wednesday, schedule any leads on the day before the open house and 1 hour before and after the open house. So what I mean by that is, anyone who wants to look at the house, I would actually schedule showings on the day of the open house, but before and after. And of course, the reason why you do that is because you're trying to make it seem busy. People who are showing up at the beginning of the open house, they already see people there, and people who are leaving the open house, people who are going to come in at the end of the open house sees that there are people inside the open house. So it just makes it look busy, right? And that's what I would do Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right? On Saturday, same thing, right? And Sunday, same thing. Now, on Monday, before the open house, I'll mention it again and I'll post a flyer. On Tuesday, before the open house, I'll ask them what snacks should I put out for my open house, and then hashtag choose it Tuesday. Now, again, what are you doing here? And this, the orange is really important to me. Okay, you're letting people know that you have an open house, but you're asking for help again, right? Because you can't really post about the open house 5 days in a row. If you do that, it's going to get annoying, right? You can't be like, hey, by the way, on Monday I have an open house, and Tuesday I will have an open house, and Wednesday, oh, by the way, don't forget I have open. People are going to be like, holy crap, I don't even, the open house isn't even here yet. And I haven't even seen the house, and I'm already annoyed over it. I'm already over the house itself. So you try to change it up by letting people know you have an open house, but you change the way you talk about it. So on Tuesday, you ask what snack should I put out, right? And maybe you even take pictures. You know, like I got Oreos and I got I don't know, Lay's potato chips. Which one should I do, right? And have people kind of contribute, but they're contributing on the post where you mentioned your open house. On Wednesday, before open house, ask if any lenders would want to join, and ask for your favorite lender, or tag your favorite lender, right? So you might post, hey, does any lender want to be a part of the open house, whatever. And I've actually seen this post work. It actually helped me. But I see a post where like people start tagging their personal loan officer. So people, meaning like clients, not people in real estate or lenders, would tag a lender, right? Or you ask them to tag a lender that they know. Okay. Thursday, before open house, jokingly ask, does anybody want to help me put up signs? And that's just kind of a tongue-in-cheek post. You're not really asking for help, but you want to be like, hey, I just realized I need to put up signs. Does anyone want to help? You know, it's a funny way to, again, let people know that you have open house coming. And of course, on Friday before open house, show excitement, repost a flyer and the video if you have one. I think that's a legitimate time for you to advertise it again. During the open house, you of course take a lot of photos. If there's a lot of people, meaning there's more than one guy, and I actually like to go live when I'm doing open house. And when this is me as a real estate agent, I mean not a real estate agent, me as a loan officer, and I'm helping a real estate agent. I like to go live because you're kind of again letting the world know you're in this business and you're out there. You're trying to make things happen. You're trying to get people to see the house, right? And lives always get more engagement and more algorithmic strength on Facebook than just a video or photos. Okay. On Sunday, if you have a successful open house with good photos, post it immediately after. So what I mean by that is, if you took a bunch of photos of people inside the house, people lined up for it, whatever, you can make a post on Sunday about it. Holy crap, the open house was so awesome. Here's some photos about photos of the open house that was successful. And you're doing two things again with this. You're promoting the house, of course, but you're also promoting that you're great at doing open houses, and therefore possibly I guess being in the minds of people who might want to sell. They're like, well, if I sell, I'm definitely going to use this person because their open houses look really busy, right? And of course, on Monday, you use the photos and videos to make a stock video and brand it with your brand and post it on Monday. So it would be basically a collection of all the raw materials that you collected during your open house and making a professional photo and posting on Monday. And again, just kind of promoting it. And then on Tuesday, you follow with everyone that you got information from during the open house, and you send them the video to remind them, hey, thanks for attending my open house. By the way, here's a video of the house that you visited on Saturday, right? Same thing with Wednesday, same thing with Thursday, right? And then of course, same thing with Friday. Okay. And I think that's really a strong method to literally get 2 weeks worth of content or more on just one event, right? This one, I don't want to read because it's too long, but I did sort of talk about it already inside the calendar. Okay. So it kind of reiterates what I explained. Now, listing, it's almost the same thing. Okay. You want to, of course, promote it using text. Don't show a picture. Get a flyer done. Post it opening soon, right? And then offer agents to hold it as an open house and offer to sponsor the food. So what I mean by that is make a post. And again, I know you're targeting an agent with this post, but you're really letting the world know, does anybody want to hold an open house for my listing? I will pay for the food, right? And by doing that, of course, you're making an offer to have someone hold the house open, but you're also, again, letting the audience know that you have a listing. right? And you do that consistently, okay? And you don't have to do it every single day the same. I'm just giving you suggestions, and you can actually post it in like buy sell trade groups. Different. Maybe you do this on your personal page on Wednesday. Maybe you do it like a local group on Thursday. But I'm basically just letting you know that it's a good way to allow people to know that you have a listing, even though you're not really posting pictures about the listing, right? On Monday, talk about how many offers you got over the listing, over the weekend for your listing, because that's a win, right? Holy crap, we got 10 offers. 2 of them were over asking, or 2 of them were whatever, 50,000 over asking, whatever you guys want to say. But basically, I would brag about it, right? Again, you're not only telling people about the listing, but you're also telling people that you help people get houses sold for more than they're asking for, right? On Tuesday, talk about how hard it is to decide on which offer. That's a human thing. Like, man, I'm so stressed because I don't know which offer we should take, right? Wednesday, does anybody have a house like this? Had to turn out great buyers. This is one that I think a lot of people don't do, that I think would be very effective. You would literally say on Wednesday, does anybody have a house that looks like this? Or does anybody have a house that's like this one that we just sold? We had to turn down some great buyers. And what you're doing is, of course, you're leveraging the listing again, but you're also potentially getting more listings, right? You're asking people, does anybody want to sell a house like this? Because I already have buyers, right? You have someone who made an offer on a home that you had to turn down. If you have a house like this, I already have someone that would make an offer right away, right? Thursday, seriously, my buyers need a certain bed, certain bath area, ready to make an offer now, right? Again, you're basically handing a sale over to a seller if they're ready to go, right? So you're trying to push people over the edge, right? And then Friday, talk about all the clients who scheduled to see your listing. And then, on Saturday, you can also promote and schedule going live. This is if you're doing like you don't even have to do an open house. You can just do it on your own. Like if you decide you want to promote your listing, you can just do a live on the Saturday, right? And Sunday, same thing, right? And if the house is sold, you know what to do. You post the photos and your sold branding on it. If you sold it fast, brag about how fast you sold it. Show gratitude to the people involved in the sale of the home, the sellers, the buyer's agent, loan officer, everyone else. And then the next day, talk about the absolute wins in the listing, right? Almost in a way, talk about the property itself, right? And then, of course, on Friday, talk about all the listings you sold and how you're the go-to agent, right? And every time you get a new listing, get the link on Facebook and post it on old listing posts. So this is something that a lot of people probably don't do either, which I think Facebook allows you to do, that it's a great way to sort of leverage old posts. I do this not with old posts, but I do this with old closings, right? If you get a new listing and you have a link to it and you made another post in the past for another listing that you've already sold, I'm suggesting that you take the listing that's new and posting it into the older post. It's almost like, hey, I already sold this house. 20 people commented on it. 10 people actually asked about it. Here's a new listing I have, and you put it in the comments. Okay, because what you're doing is you're re-engaging that old post. So you're reminding every single person that liked and commented the post that you're in business, but you're also taking a swing to see if anyone who commented or liked may be interested in the new listing that you have, right? So you're kind of doing a double duty with that, or I wouldn't call it double duty, but you're getting two or dual benefits from that. Okay, and then of course do a final vlog, reflection video, and talk about the journey of selling that particular home. 2 reasons why I think that's a good idea. Number one, of course, you're again reminding people that you're in business. But number two, you make the people that you sold the house for feel special because it was a journey. Like it was noteworthy enough to do like an entire vlog about it, right? And whenever you do future listings, you can be like, yeah, and this is part of what I do. Whenever when I sell someone's house, I actually make like a commemorative video about the journey selling the house, and here's what it looks like. And you make it fun, right? You make it like a Instagram, TikTok worthy type of video, and therefore selling a house is not just simply taking photos and putting it on the MLS and hoping it sells and taking a sold sign. It's a journey, it's a life, it's an event, right? Treat it like a wedding in a sense, right? Because it is a big deal, right? And I think if you do those and you post it, you'll get a lot more people wanting to do listens with you simply because of that particular asset that you create. Okay. All right. So this is just examples of what you can do. Like I give you an example right here, daylight savings, ask people what they plan to do with the extra hour. And this is me talking about leveraging one particular event. So you have a daylight savings. So on the 1st, you ask people what they plan to do with the extra hour. On the 4th, ask, is daylight savings helping you or hurting you? Why? Then finish the day with a funny story about it. And then, of course, this is election day, right? So post a photo of yourself voting or whatever. So you're just taking advantage of the holidays. Because again, I gave you generic suggestions for Monday through Friday and Saturday, Sunday. This is actually leveraging the particular days and holidays of the month. Okay. And I think that's basically it. Social media do's and don'ts. Number 1, do tell everybody what you do. Like your profile is your resume billboard. Learn to build momentum for important posts. Number 2, do post consistently. This way you can attract a certain audience who subscribes to you and your content. This is why a social media schedule is so important, because I'm pretty sure, based on my coaching and conversations, most people don't have consistent posts. Most people don't know what to post. They're confused about what they should post, or they post the wrong thing, right? I'm saying that you need to do consistently, and of course you need to be intentional about it, because you're eventually going to create an audience for the post that you make. So I have people who will actually reach out to me if I forget to make a post about my wife's food. Like, hey, what happened? Did you guys go out to eat or something like that? So because they're used to seeing this post. So because I do that, I'm creating an audience that's almost used to seeing certain posts at a certain time. It's almost like I'm a part of their life, right? It's almost like a TV show that comes on every single Wednesday at a certain time. People expect to see it. So it's almost like a comfort zone thing, right? So you want to create that kind of audience so that you know that you're getting engagement, and of course, people who would become fans of you, right? So be consistent with your posts. Number 3, do tell your story about your personal and business life. It can be moments of gratitude, expert posts, or memes or funny stories about your business/daily work life. So that line basically is telling you a business post doesn't always have to be about a listing or photos of your house. It can be just being a real estate agent in general. In my case, a loan officer. Okay. I think people relate to that, right? Because it's almost like you're kind of having people see a day in the life of, right? I mean, not every single person is interested in mortgages, but they might be interested in me and what I'm doing, right? So I'm just telling my story based on what I do for a living. When I sold cars, I did the same thing. When I sold art door to door, I did the same thing. I just talked about my journey. Right. Number 4, don't talk about religion or politics unless you're ready to go all in. And, I talked to Kevin about this. You're going to lose half of your audience, but make the other half love you. Okay. So just don't do it unless you're ready to divide the line and lose half your audience, but then get a lot of love from the audience that stays. Okay. And don't post something that you potentially regret on your timeline in comments or private groups. And what I mean by that is people don't think about this, but it becomes permanent. It's a part of your footprint, and people will screenshot this shit, right? So like people will go to like a private group and they'll talk shit about their husband or their wife. It's not a smart idea, okay? Because when you do that, not only are you literally potentially opening yourself up to extra drama that goes beyond Facebook, right? Like let's say someone is targeting you, they're your competition, or they don't like you or whatever, and you post something that can get you in trouble. They're going to screenshot that shit and they're going to get you in trouble with that, right? I mean, especially if you post something really bad or racist or whatever and you're in real estate, okay? So just don't post anything anywhere, right? I mean, I know private groups seem safe. They're not safe. The only private group that's safe is when it's just you in the group and no one else, right? Otherwise, it's not safe. So just don't do it, right? And I know that you want to vent or you want to, find people that are like-minded. Keep it in the DMs, but even the DMs is unsafe because you people can screenshot. I mean, best case is to make a phone call if you want to vent about something. Hopefully, they're not recording your conversation. But social media is so permanent, and it can go viral so quickly that you have to be careful what you post, right? I mean, you see examples of it all the time. Okay. Free social media resources. As you can tell, I'm using Canva right now. Trello is something I use to sort of schedule or maybe organize my post. Messenger, of course, is my favorite app asset because I can actually send DMs to people. It's like it's almost like Facebook would be useless without it, right? And of course, Facebook groups, you should always use a social learning feature. It's something that they added where you can actually create like classes and courses, and then Zoom, which is of course what we're using right now. And this is like my, I guess, motivational content about social media. If someone uses the Rocket or the Zillow in your market, we all failed. Okay, everybody should have a real estate guy or mortgage guy. What I mean by that is every person on the planet should have a guy when it comes to real estate or mortgages, guy or gal. Okay, if someone uses the Rocket or Zillow, it means that they do not have a guy and went with what they found online due to convenience or brand recognition. Okay, so what I mean by that is if someone in your sphere used the Rocket or Zillow, whatever, then they don't have a guy, and that's a problem. And the way we become the guy is by being very present in social media. So all 5,000 of your friends, if they don't have a guy, then you should be their guy or gal. Like I said, so if they need real estate, you should be that person. Okay. And me telling you about the social media schedule is kind of your way of making that happen. Okay. Why share your story? Because you're the best at what you do, and it is your duty to tell people about it. You failed if people hire someone else who does what you do but sucks at it. So don't allow failures like this to happen and do your job. And basically what I mean by that is obviously you share your story because you're the best. Right? You're the best loan officer. You're the best real estate agent. You're the best. So you share your story so that everyone knows that you're the best, so that they use you instead of someone else. Because again, it would suck if someone is using someone else and that person sucks ass at their job, or they don't care about the job as much as you do. Okay. And the rest of this is just content about, because I share this class to real estate agents, like literally at lunch and learns and such. So it's just about, my business, whatever. But, there's basically, I'm just offering marketing support if you decide to work with me, right? And I don't want to get too deep into that. If you are interested in getting together and finding a way to maybe do classes or marketing, or maybe you want me to follow up your leads because I do have systems built for that, then I will be glad to talk about that. Now, what's happening next? This is an old class. I actually might want to talk about the CRM because Facebook being a CRM, because of the question that was asked earlier by Rebecca. Right? I think that's a really it's something that a lot of people don't think about. Right? So I think I want to talk about Facebook being a CRM. So that might be what the class is. Okay, so I'm actually going through a question real quick. Rob asked will they send us the schedule. I have an older schedule, right? I think like 2020 maybe. It's been a while since I made a schedule because I don't use the schedule anymore. And I was building a schedule for my coaching clients at the time. But I'll send you what I have. And if I make a new schedule, I will definitely send it to whoever is part of this call. Okay. Rob asked, how do you get more people to your Facebook page, like and subscribe? Okay, so I'm literally telling you right now how to do it. Like, you have to post, and you have to be consistent, and you have to be entertaining, you have to be funny, you have to, be intentional, right? If you want to cheat the system, avoid talking about real estate, and just focus on posting really highly engaging memes and videos and content, and you'll get a lot of people to engage in your post and then like you, but you really don't get anything out of that, right? Now, if you want to do what I'm doing, which is, building an audience, but also at the same time making sure the audience knows that I can help them with a mortgage, then I just gave you the method on how to do that. Okay. Do you offer them a gift card if they sign up? I don't know. No, I don't do that. What I do is I offer, or I try to offer, I guess, so to speak, value in terms of entertainment and education, right? And this is a thing that I've learned through a lot of reading and a lot of research and, of course, coaching classes. People, when they engage with like YouTube, right, they're looking for two things: entertainment or education. They're looking to answer a question, they're looking to solve a problem, or they're looking to kill time because something on YouTube is funny, right? So that's kind of how I adhere to how I treat Facebook, in that I'm going to post something entertaining or something that is educational, but I try to be funny about it, or I try to be casual about it, because no one's going to watch a 30-minute video about mortgage rates on my timeline. Mortgage loan officers and most agents might, but audience, as in like clients, are not going to watch that, right? But they might watch me doing a TikTok video dancing in my office wearing my Van Dyke mortgage shirt, right? So that's entertaining, right? So even though I'm not saying anything about mortgages, I'm not even talking about mortgages, it's me in my office where you see Van Dyke mortgage branding everywhere. I'm wearing the Van Dyke mortgage hat. I'm wearing the Van Dyke mortgage shirt. In fact, if you watch my TikTok, my Van Dyke mortgage mug is usually making an appearance as well. It's usually in the background somewhere. I do that intentionally. So I'm sitting there doing a TikTok video, which is what they see all the time, but it's me dressed in my uniform or in my branding. So that's a way to get people to know what I'm doing, but at the same time, entertain them, right? So really, it's about edutainment, I guess is what they call it, right? Whatever, right? It's a combination of both, right? So let me see here. I think the last slide is, before the last slide is questions. So does anybody else have a question that they want to ask based on what I just shared? Or you can ask anything about social media in general, of course. It's definitely a longer class than I want it to be. I'm going to cut this down as well. You have to understand, this is like the first time I've taught this class in this format. Most of my lunch and learn classes are designed to be 2 hours, but usually on a Zoom, this is something I don't do very normally. So I'm kind of learning as we're going here. Plus, I'm creating content. I'm going to cut this up into a video that I'm going to upload to YouTube. So this 1 hour video is going to end up being like 15 minutes or less on YouTube. Okay, so no questions. Okay, how about does anyone want to share like any ahas or takeaways, what they learned, what the favorite thing they learned, or did you already know all this stuff and you just wasted an hour with me? Does anyone want to share that? Maybe everyone's sleeping. I don't know. Maybe everyone's like they signed up, they're on the Zoom, but then they walked away, which happens. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and move on to the ending. What my gift for you, and that's actually me talking about like follow up with H leads. I can do open house flyers. We can do some marketing together. We do, of course, the social media mastermind, what I'm talking about right now. I'll provide listing boosts for my listing agents. We can provide a private IDX. Event space for your first time home buyer or for sale by owner seminars. Of course, it's for my local agents. And yeah, the reason why I like to talk about social media and automation, because I really believe that there's a robot takeover. We are involved and we experience it and we see it every single day. And some of us might be in denial, but it's happening for sure. Someone has a question or a comment. Miranda Beer asks, this is being recorded, but we'll be able to rewatch it. I kept getting phone calls and saw about 5 seconds of this so far. Miranda, no problem. I am streaming this live right now. I do a follow-up email, and actually I can talk about it because it actually helps you guys learn how I do social media. Zoom has a follow-up system where people who attended gets a certain email, and people who didn't attend gets a certain email. In my email, I actually provide a link to the replays. Okay, so you'll be able to see this exact video on the replay platform, whether it's on YouTube or LinkedIn. It usually would be on Facebook, but I'm in jail, so I can't do that. But yes, you will have a replay access. I did that intentionally on purpose. It's one of the reasons why I stream, because when you Zoom, you don't automatically stream, but on StreamYard, it's creating the video right now in like 5 or 6 different platforms. So people can always watch it later on. And I did that again intentionally. Plus, I want to download it and edit it and upload it again as an actual standalone stock video for YouTube. So yes, the answer is that there is going to be plenty of opportunities for you to watch a replay version, and you might even be able to get a better version, meaning a shorter version or a version that is edited or clean or whatever, right? So hopefully that answers your question, but yes, you'll have plenty of opportunities. Any other questions or ahas or takeaways that you want to share? TikTok. Okay, cool. Well, I really appreciate you guys being a part of this class. Again, I'm kind of on a journey of trying to figure out how to do these classes. Next class should be hopefully less than an hour and a half, whatever. But of course, we do a lot of Q&A as well. So I always try to allow time for that. Rob asked, what's for lunch? I don't know. I have a lot of stuff to do after this, so I'll probably end up having to skip lunch, and I'll have like a later lunch. Maybe Subway. I don't know. We'll see what's at home. But I got to go pick up the kids. So to answer that question, I don't know yet. But maybe I'll let you know next class what I had for lunch. Anybody else have any questions, whatever? Okay, like I said, I really appreciate you guys being on this call. Again, hopefully future class will be a lot shorter. I'll probably chunk a few things. Rebecca asked a really good question about the CRM thing. I'll probably make that my next class. In fact, I'm excited about it because that I can actually teach in less than 30 minutes for sure. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys being a part of this call. If you have any questions, you can give me a call, text, email me, whatever you like. And of course, you can subscribe, watch the replays, whatever. Okay. Either way, I really appreciate you guys being here. This is Larry, the Robot Maker, Robot General. I'm out. I'll see you later, guys. Thanks. That's weird. Someone commented, but I don't know what. I have no idea what this means. Voy, FYI. Oh well, out.